It's a definite good sign when this happens, when the helicopters come. That it's a definite good sign. When they come by and check it out. Like always, look at that cloud, how dark it is. Look at that shit. A black cloud, just a straight black cloud, but it's going that way. It's being pushed away. Along with this, they're going underneath, just being pushed away. Black clouds, and it's leaving the puffy white clouds, which is the real clouds. See, look, there's a good example of it happening. It's being pushed away over there, being pushed away like that. There's some right there still going off as it being pushed away. Some of it being pushed away right there. Look at the black over there. Look, see it, like, it's still above me. Because what happened right now was I noticed that my piece that I had in right here for a couple of days, like, things happen to it. It just gets weak after a while. It's not like the strongest copper. It was like just the simplest way to make this. A lot of reasons. It's not fully Faraday cage, so these things will start to um, like break, crack, and things will happen to them. They can get affected because they're not fully Faraday cage. And if you Faraday cage something within a Faraday cage, within another Faraday cage, and then another that's called nesting. Um, so when you nest something, or you super nest it, which means you ground it to ground it, ground it, ground it, ground it. You could also put things in the earth that's grounding it too. So you could Faraday cage it with metals, Faraday cage it again with different metals, and Faraday cage it again, and then put it in the ground, and that's like earthing, super nesting kind of thing. Um, so yeah, what the idea is to Faraday cage every piece of orgonite you make, so you can protect the crystal and protect the energies and protect it from external forces. And these ones know how to identify these from their long range radars and stuff that they have. Their technologies, electromagnetic radars and stuff that they have on their helicopters and different things, around the areas and stuff where they could use to pinpoint like where this might be coming from and stuff, where they'll send people out to kind of scope it out or anything like that. And when they do identify them, they'll be able to nullify them if they're not fully Faraday caged and grounded or nested. You know what I mean? Because that's what I figured out on how to go about that, was to nest it. A long time ago, I studied Michael Faraday, and that's when I figured it out. Um, so with these, that's what you want to do. I mean, you could also get like a stone off the ground, like just literally like wrap it. And if you got tin foil, that's way good. But if you got aluminum foil, you can still use that. You can wrap it in aluminum foil, just like a basic understanding of this. Like just get a stone from the ground, like a rock or stone. Or if you got a badass crystal, just wrap that shit with foil, and that shit will work as orgonite. Like, you know what I'm saying? Uh, it will work like orgonite. So Jamal, so you just wrap it with foil or tin foil or any kind of metal. Or you can make like orgonite paint if you crush up all the your rocks and stones and stuff like that in the dust. You can make paint with it. You can make all kinds of cool shit with it. But yeah, I just found out like this shit wasn't working too well because like it got weak over time. See, this part's like weak right there. So that shit would happen to your pieces like eventually too. Like they'll get weak. And so you would have to move them around or fix them or like make new ones or things like that. Or if you leave them out too long in one spot, like helicopters or people or things that they send will like identify them and find them and like turn them off, in a sense, not turn them off, but like nullify it and make it not work, or put like a bunch of cigarette buds around the area to put like different energies to make these have to work harder and shit like that. I noticed that's what they do. So, but see, as soon as I put this down, I was taking this apart so I could bring the black clouds in, so I could show people how this shit works. Because I put it basically upside down. I did it backwards. I took it apart basically. When you do that, and this is what happens in the sky. Like all the black clouds came over. And earlier we had to clear. There was always like clear above, but that's because this was like this and it was all fucked up. But now that I fixed it and I'm putting it the right way, you notice like that shit starts to get pushed away. So look at that shit. Damn, there's a big ass black cloud up there. Looks like it's gonna rain again. That one's straight black. There's not even no white in it. That's just all bad. I really feel myself getting a stuffy nose and shit. Oh, but over there it's clear though. Look at all the hazy shit over there. Usually what happens, all the black shit just gets rolled over. All the birds flew over. That's a good sign. The helicopters, the birds flying over, that's like a great sign that your piece is working good and shit, or there's good energy coming out of it. And I started twisting these to the right. Notice, because I noticed that even that's generating more energy when you do that. So if I did each one, because this shit gets technical. I mean, this is just a basic understanding of it for people who don't know this shit. But like the pyramid will get very technical. I could design different pyramids that have like all kinds of different functions and things or whatever. But this is like the most. You could just get a stone, wrap this around it, like tie it around the bottom, like wrap it. That shit works perfect like that. That's it. All you have to do. Or you just get a stone and wrap that shit in fucking foil or metals and put some copper around it and shit. Like, that's it. I mean, it makes like strong ass orgonite when you do that. As long as you make it tight and wrap the stone in the middle, tight like a candy and shit, like on both sides, just like, but make them all go to the right. You all go to the right and just tight in the middle. The stone will get tight in the center. Just get super tight. It's like pulling on it, like tightening on it or whatever. Like the more you twist them. So once you have the end coming out, wrap it around. That shit. So if you have that shit wrapped in all foil, it'll be Faraday cage, so they wouldn't be able to affect it and shit. So that's how you protect your pieces or your crystals or yourself. Because I mean, then it can get hit by lightning, and like nothing will happen to it if it's fully Faraday cage. So, whoa, look at that one right there. It's got like light coming out of it. Is that where the sun's at? No, the sun's like way over there. I guess it's just all the Magellans that are in there blocking the light. The nanofibers and shit, all the black shit. That's all the shit getting everyone sick. Because look at those clouds over there. They ain't got no black. They're all white. And that's that shit. That shit looks like a real cloud. But they did a good job of this time of mixing that shit up, because there's some big clouds up there that look like some real clouds, but they're all black. That's weird. It's all bad. Usually around this time of day when the sun's going down or up, you could tell like all that stuff in the sky a lot easier. So that shit's exposed. That shit is exposed. Look at that. And this time of day, when the sun's going down, it like shines this way, so you could start to see all this shit a lot more. But when the sun's shining downwards, you won't be able to see too much of this stuff because it's nano and stuff like that. Like if you literally got a light bulb and you took it from the ceiling and you put it to like the floor of the room and put it on the bottom of the floor and let it like shine upwards, like you'll see so much shit in the air that we can't see. You'll see all this little shit floating and flying, and some of it shit looks like it moves intelligently, like it's just like living in the air, floating around like pieces of length and shit. And it's like, dude, it's crazy. Little nanofibers and smart dust and shit. That's why all these flies are attracted to too. Like all these little flies that are jumping on me, they're just like literally attacking those smart dust and smart fibers that are coming out of my finger. I was poking them out right now with the copper. And with just poking them out my fingernail too, just poking them out. Look, it's all these little dots and shit. And the flies love them. The flies eat them. I think the flies are like receivers, probably like the things that receives all the nanobots for them and shit. They collect a bunch of these flies or dead flies, or a bunch of them, or